My name is Bernie Garcia. I'm in my 20s, going 22 right now. I have a little bit of Asperger's / ADD, mild autism. I'm also a cosplayer / video game geek, anime geek, and also a furry fan too. So far a long life. It's been a long time since I started living on my own. But I'm glad to be a part of the Los Angeles, known as my life in LA. And that's why I titled this Life in LA. In the first place was, back in 2013, my father had passed away from liver failure. It was weeks after my 6 year in a row at Anime Expo. But it was kind of a wake-up call where I kind of just had to live out on my own and, just prove that I could be independent and live on my own. But it got delayed because after my dad passed away, his side of the family convinced me to try to stay in Oceanside. I stayed in Oceanside as long as I can. So I moved in with my grandma, who was my mom's side. I went to help take care of her with my mom because my grandma survived cancer, but she didn't have enough energy, strength to make it through. And what happened was, after she passed away, my uncle, who was my mom's brother, was being a hermit, and he wanted the house himself, and so he was kicking everyone out. My mom was out of there before me, but I kind of had no other choice. I was put in California for a reason, because back in Hawaii, there is not much for me, not much use for me. I wasn't needed there that much since I got out of high school. Past 3 years, I'm glad to be in California. I wanted to get here because there were more opportunities and more stuff for me to do. Hawaii was nice, but unfortunately, kind of didn't work out after high school. Well, basically what inspired me to move is, how I got the idea of moving to LA was the rent was too high in Oceanside, which was in San Diego County. The rent was just, very high. And unfortunately, I couldn't afford the rent out there because with the income I'm getting, a lot of places wanted like $1,100 to $1,200 for a studio, and I really didn't want to overpay for a place. And there was not much for me to do out there in Oceanside or San Diego, so I figured I'd head up to Los Angeles because I visit this place a lot, and it's been one of my favorite areas to be at. And one of the reasons why I went up here too is I'm usually popular in the cosplay community. That I figured I want to try to be closer to the conventions and the cosplay community. A lot of people in the cosplay community know me as Sonic the Hedgehog, the Sonic the Hedgehog cosplay. It was like a popular thing for me. I really loved. It was still one of my first cosplays, and I still do them as of today. And really loved to cosplay and hang out with friends and meet new friends in the cosplay community. So I had no choice but to move up to LA because the rent. My reason why too was the rent was a lot cheaper. So I figured, why don't I just move on, do what I can. And I'm lucky I did get some support. Like my cousin who lives in Hollywood, he's been one of my favorite cousins from my mom's side. He gave me the idea, he was giving me support and goes, don't give up. Gave me the support to go up to LA so I could be with him and at least be around so I could visit him and stuff. And my aunt on my mom's side, who was my mom's sister, I still gotta give her credit because she did whatever she can to support me, talk me into, give me the ins and outs. Same with my cousin too. And the reason why too is I got a bunch of good friends up here too, and I wanted to be somewhere. Ever since my dad passed away, I wanted to be at least with my friends. So I figured it'd be better than me having to just live somewhere where I don't know too many people and be isolated when I could be in the city and there's more stuff to do. The one thing you guys gotta keep in mind when you're like me, when you're living out on your own, and this is kind of the first time I encountered it, and I was lucky my cousin decided to, my cousin gave me the ins and outs, and he actually went through the same situation, so it was my first time encountering this. The one thing you're going to have when it comes to trying to live out on your own or transition is applying for apartment. Like, I applied for like 2 or 3 studio apartments, and unfortunately, I was getting turned down a lot. And at first, I thought it was just they were discriminating, but the main problem I had was too many places got like skeptical when renting to young people, especially ones with no credit or no rental history. So that's the one problem you're going to encounter when it comes to trying to live on your own, especially at a young age. A lot of places will try, turn you down because you have no rental or credit history, and they get skeptical renting to young people, and I'm surprised. So what I ended up doing as a last resort was I found this place. I decided to go for a room for rent. Found a Craigslist. I was really skeptical on the room for rent, but I so far, found this decent place, and at least as far as my expenses go, I really don't have too much when it comes to expenses right now because I'm a simple guy. I'm the type to where I just live with my means, like what works out good. My rent's $675, but what's cool about my place is at least I'm getting my money's worth. Is this place it's $675. It might be kind of high for a room for rent, but I got all the features. Like utilities are included, internet. Same with I got my own like half bathroom. So at least the only part I really got to share is a shower. And this place, I'm not far from the downtown area and the convention center and all the action. So usually my rent's about like $675. I have a storage unit which I pay anywhere from $100 to $150 because what was it? I was in a hurry to move out of LA, and since the studio apartment wasn't going good, I had to dump whatever I wasn't able to move into here. It was hard for me to part with a lot of my stuff, so what I did was whatever I wasn't able to move, I just dumped out a storage unit because at least I know I have my place at a secure location until I can, get a bigger place. And, I pay for a cell phone prepaid. It's about like, I pay about like $40 a month. It's a prepaid phone because, I got tired of those phones, I remember, because they were too expensive. So on average, about like $800 to $900 goes towards rent and utilities and necessities, and I still have like around like $900 to $1,000 left over. So a lot of that I'll just use with food, transportation, and the rest I'll just save for if I need to use it towards convention or more adventures and stuff. So it's pretty much expenses included. Now, about me when it comes to being YouTube, I've been into YouTube since like 2006. How I first started out with the YouTube part, and I'm glad I'm making this video in several hours as of today. How I started out getting YouTube in the beginning was pretty much I came across the website in 2006, and I was watching videos and stuff, and then finally my parents gave me a camera to play with, and it had a video setting, so I went ahead, records just some random videos, nothing fancy, nothing too crazy. I didn't have fancy software as of today. Remember back then I didn't have any software, but now I do. And I just upload a few unedited, unedited original clips, and people like them. Even though I've reached I'm at like 550, close to 550 subscribers. It's going to take me some time before I can end up like the YouTube celebrities and sensations. So, not much, but I'm glad to still be part of the YouTube community and do videos, especially after I got the partnership in 2 or 3 years ago. So overall, I'm actually still enjoying the video, doing YouTube, so not much, but I still love it. Yeah, so this is pretty much the end of my part one. It might be a best, might not be a best documentary I could do, but this is pretty much the end of my part one. So it's kind of like a little intro background stuff. So feel free to check out the other half, which is my part two. So hope you guys liked this and enjoy it, and hope it was inspiring me. Did the best I can for you guys to post out good stuff. So see you guys.